If it hurts, then it's too much. Yeah.
gives this woman? Who gives this woman to be married to this man? We want to take a moment to acknowledge someone who very much would have wanted to be a part of this event and stand right here with us today. And that is, of course, your Dr. Paul. We know that he's not able to join us physically here today, but he very much is here in our hearts, in our memories, and in the legacy that lives on in you. You may be seated. On behalf of the bride and groom and their families, and I'll have you two stand right here and get a little cozy if you like. You can take arms and look at each other and enjoy the view. I know, even as you were walking, God lost his footing. You can see this way not be very much. But on behalf of the bride and groom, I want to welcome all of you here today to this very special celebration, Miles and Hannah's love and commitment to each other. And as we've gathered here in this absolutely breathtaking place that you have chosen for this occasion, we're about to experience something remarkable and be part of something truly transformational in your lives as you two prepare to enter into a covenant of love, each with the other. And so it's fitting and appropriate that we recognize the sanctity and the honor and the dignity that is held in this moment. But I know that Miles and Hannah would also have us join them in the joy and the gladness that they are feeling at this moment and at this juncture of their lives together. Now, each of you and those watching online have been invited here because of the very special place that you hold in this couple's lives. And because of that, it's probably no surprise they've actually given me permission to share with you just a few highlights of their love story to this point. So here goes. When Miles insisted that it be Hannah and not the other girl who trained him in rolling sushi at Tokyo Joe's back in 2016, she thought nothing of it. But Miles remembers. It was love at first sight. As her graceful hands formed the rice and tuna, he remembers thinking he didn't just want to date this girl, he wanted to marry her. Hannah's first impression was that Miles looked somewhat like Austin Powers, and that's a good thing. She loves Austin Powers. And from the start, she admired his style, his charismatic attitude, and especially his sense of humor that could have her buckled over in tears laughing. About 3 months later, they found themselves playing some arcade games at Celebrity Lanes at what she later discovered was their actual first date. He remembers her smile that kept pulling him in, even though technically she may have had a boyfriend at the time. And she remembers fitting right in with his friends Jake and Robbie, who met them there that evening. Most of all, Miles and Hannah both remember the bloody knuckles they both had from playing Kung Fu Panda for hours because she refused to stop until she beat him, which she actually did. She
has the high score on the game.
She has a high score on the game, so don't mess with this woman. From that day, these two began to build a relationship that indeed has blossomed into the love that brings them here today. Whether discovering great sushi together or going out to shoot guns together, they came to understand, much like Jim and Pam's relationship from The Office, that they were better together. To describe the relationship they share, Miles would use the word devotion, while Hannah chose the word loyalty, both incredible qualities. Hannah, Miles loves most about you that you are a good-hearted woman, a truly kind and gentle and loving individual. He remembers that fact when you organize all of his stuff and sometimes maybe forget where you put it. Miles, Hannah loves about you the way you make her laugh harder than anyone else ever has. And she tries to think of that when you leave your dirty clothes next to the hamper. Seriously, though, Hannah is grateful that you bring to this relationship your dedication, your selflessness, curiosity, and positivity, along with your huge knowledge base on hundreds of different topics. Hannah, Miles is thankful for the patience, the positivity, and the good sense you possess in addition to your mad skills in organization. And oh, also the fact that you are super tough. Super tough. Hannah Miles is most excited to marry you today, to get to hold you and be there with you through the years. And Miles, Hannah is most excited to marry you today because she knows she will have the best friend by her side for the rest of her life. So Miles and Hannah, you're about to enter into a lifelong covenant of love. And before asking you to both affirm with an I do, that you take upon yourselves and embrace the terms of that covenant, I want to take just a moment and talk about what that means, covenant of love. That first word, covenant, perhaps a word we don't fully understand in our culture today. We might look at it as a residential covenant or something like that. But the covenant of love is infinitely more beautiful and more powerful than any contract or any relationship you've ever experienced. Because not only are you promising to love one another and to carry out for the rest of your days the responsibilities and joys that you're promising each other, but in this covenant, you're telling each other not if, but when the storms come, because we all know they come, right? In every relationship, in every marriage, in every life. You're telling each other, when those things come, I'm not going to use those things as a reason to back away, but I'm going to be strong for both of us. I'm going to like you and embrace you and accept you even when you're not at your best, even when you're at a downside. And you're looking into the eyes of someone else who's promising you the very same thing. When you're feeling low, when your tank is empty, I will not run the other way, but I will be strong for both of us. Together we will make it through. What about the second part of that phrase, covenant of love? Well, the word love is used in ancient texts in several different ways. One of the Greek words is philia, from which we get the city Philadelphia, a city of brotherly love, or in this case, friendship love, right? It's a love that enjoys life together, discovering the world together, as you have already very much begun to do. I want to encourage you on behalf of all of us, never stop doing it. Always make a priority of your friendship. Always try new things together. Always try one more sushi place or one new kind of pistol or whatever it might be that you enjoy. Because in doing that, you'll be making deposits into your relationship. There's another word called eros. I don't think I have to explain very much what that means, but it simply means passion, attraction, fire. I want to encourage you, drink deeply of that kind of love as well. That too is a gift for you. And you know that as you are in each other's arms, you are fully accepted, truly as you are. But there's one final word in Greek that speaks of love that I want to mention to you. That is agape. That word speaks of a love that prefers someone else simply because we have chosen them. My kids have a sign that used to hang above their fireplace that had these words: I choose you. I choose you over and over and over. Now pause, without a doubt. In a heart, I will keep choosing you. I believe that is a mature love that grows and develops one day and one choice at a time. One choice to forgive when we could have resented. One choice to honor someone when we could have torn them down. One choice to prefer them when it felt natural to act selfishly. One choice to stay when we could have left. That is the greatest of all loves, the strongest foundation upon which to build your romance and your friendship. So don't ever give up pursuing that kind of love as well. So I ask you now, understanding the meaning of the covenant that you're entering into today, Miles, do you take Hannah to be your lawfully wedded wife, to share in your love openly, standing with her in sickness and in health, in joy and in sorrow, in hardship and in ease, to cherish and love forevermore?
I do.
Hannah, I ask you as well, do you take Miles to be your lawfully wedded husband, to share your life openly, standing with him in sickness and in health, in joy and in sorrow, in hardship and in ease, to cherish and love forevermore? At this time, I want to issue a reminder and an invitation to all of you that are joined here today, and of course those joining us online. That is, you're not here just as a spectator or even as a witness, residing and taking in the beautiful love story that's taking place before us, but you are here as their community, as their circle of family and friends. And I want to remind you, stand by their side moving forward. Stand by this couple, encourage them, remind them when the storms come how good they are for each other and all the good things they see in each other today. Let them find in this circle a community that encourages them to press onward in a relationship of love, of forgiveness, of passion, and of understanding. One that even swats the flies off of each other, so to speak, and makes each other better. At this time, I'm going to allow the couple to recite the vows that they have chosen and they have written for each other. We'll begin with that.
Hannah, I knew from the moment that I met you that I wanted to be a part of your life. Our friendship quickly grew to be healthy and supportive, and from that our love bloomed so naturally and organically that I didn't know if I could believe it at first. And here we are, 5 years later. Hannah, I promise to always trust you, to always take your counsel to heart. I promise to protect you and keep our family safe. I promise to lead our family in a righteous and honorable way. I promise to be patient. I promise to be kind. I promise to be the best father to our children and to teach them right from wrong. But most of all, I promise to never stop loving you, to never forget the time that we've invested in one another, and to never give up on us. I will love you to infinity and beyond.
Mine's a little longer. I apologize. Miles, I'll never forget the first day that I started training you how to Tokyo Ghost. You made sure to use all of your best dad puns to get me to laugh. And I got that it worked. That first day that I worked closely with you, I knew that I was howling for you. We started hanging out after our shifts were over. You introduced me to your best friends. We went out on friend dates almost every night. I began falling for you even harder then. But then you trusted me enough to introduce me to your beautiful daughter. The day that I met her, I knew that was it. I was in love with you and little Finley, and I wanted to be a family. Fast forward to now, I'm so blessed to be a bonus mom to her and a mother to our son, Jack. All of the incredible memories that you and I have made together, and all the paintball tournaments and road trips, to our little sushi and arcade dates, even the harder times when the fighting seemed endless. No matter what the circumstances, I fall more in love with you each and every day. You're my rock, my light in the darkness of this world, my sexy version of Austin Powers. I am eternally grateful to have you as my best friend, my love, and the father of our beautiful children. I vow to stand by your side through all the ups and downs, sickness and health, good and bad, and beautiful and hideous. I vow to always stay true to you, to be the best wife that I can be. I promise to admit my fault when I'm wrong. I promise to give you my all, and to give you 100% when you're it. My sweet love and husband, my soulmate, I love you with every fiber of my being. I will until the day that I die.
And then Miles, both of you have chosen to exchange rings as a symbol of your love and devotion to each other. And as I take in my hand, firstly, this beautiful ring that will go on your finger. I think you're going to enjoy wearing this, aren't you? It's a lovely ring. I know all of you will want to take a closer look at this, the reception hall. But when you both look at this ring, because believe me, it's so beautiful, you're going to see it sparkle as well. So don't just forget. When you both see this ring on Hannah's hand, I want you to remember it did not come about by accident, by chance, by good luck, good fortune, but it was the result of someone who took the time, exerted the effort, had the patience and the skill to refine and to purify this metal, to remove the dross and to make it the pure and beautiful and resplendent object and symbol that it is today. And so is your love as well. Each of you have a choice every morning when you wake up to work your love, to refine it, to purify it, to fashion it, to polish it, to perhaps discover some new hue, some new angle on it, some new reflection of beauty in it. And if you continue to do that, your love will never stop. So Miles, I'm going to give you this ring and ask you if you would place it on the ring finger. Whoa, that was close. Place it on the ring finger of Hannah's left hand and repeat after me. With this ring, I seal this marriage with you.
I seal this marriage with you.
And pledge all my love to you.
Pledge all my love to you.
Wear it as a symbol
Where is a symbol
of my love and faithfulness.
of my love and faithfulness.
Hannah, you also have chosen a ring as a symbol of your love and devotion for Miles and me. This is a different ring. This is a man's ring right here, folks. This is heavy, it's solid, and it's a manly ring, much like you, Miles. But may it remind you both of the incredible promise, the incredible love, the incredible commitment that forms the foundation of a growing and lasting, not just enduring, but also enduring love that leadership. So, Hannah, would you take this ring? Place it on the ring finger, Miles will come to repeat it. With this ring, I seal this marriage with you and pledge all my love to you.
Pledge all my love to you. Where is the symbol of my love and faithfulness?
It's off, guys. It's off.
He's rethinking this. I told him this is the big moment. So,
No turning back.
no turning back now. Miles and Hannah, through your words today, you have joined together in marriage. Because you have exchanged your vows before us today and have pledged your commitment each to the other and have declared the same by the joining of hands and by the exchanging of rings. It is my privilege now, under the laws of the state of Colorado, to pronounce you husband and wife. Miles, I'm going to kiss you both. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting you now for the very first time as a married couple, Mr. and Mrs. Scott with us.
see you guys, but I'm glad that you can see me.
Yes. Oh, congratulations, Miles. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
You look handsome.
Thank you, Nanny.
Don't know Ann Finley, the bride and groom's daughter, and I've known Hannah, I feel like my whole life, and she's probably the best person second to my mom, my stepdad, and all of my family and everyone here. I just think everyone here is the best. Thank you for coming.
We love you, Finn.
Alright, upon which I stand, and I come here to talk. I hope you understand. Green eyes, yeah, the spark
faces. Cash, everybody. All right, at this time, I'm going to start moving all my